Là dove c'era l'erba ora c'è una città e quella che...
Hello and welcome to LIS, Learn Italian Songs, Learn Italian with Songs. Io sono Pietro and this is the channel where we take famous Italian songs and we translate the lyrics almost word by word. Today's song was suggested by none other than Bruce Wayne. Yes, you might be surprised, but from day one, Bruce Wayne has been a subscriber of this channel. And today we are going to sing and translate a song by an author that he suggested. Well, actually, to be quite frank, he suggested another song which, for the usual copyright problems, I wasn't able to get my hands on, but I chose another song which is probably more famous than the one he suggested, and we are talking about the song Il Ragazzo della Gluck by Adriano Celentano. Adriano Celentano is hugely famous in Italy. He has been immensely popular since the 1960s as singer, songwriter, actor, and later on TV presenter. He is quite an influential character in the Italian popular culture, and the song that we are going to translate together today is one of his most famous tunes. He wrote the music for this song, whereas the words were written by Luciano Beretta and Miki Del Prete, and the arrangements were done by Detto Mariano. The song that Bruce Wayne himself suggested was a song from a movie starring Adriano Celentano. This movie is called Bingo Bongo, and it is a movie from 1982. In this movie, Adriano Celentano, who plays the character of Bingo Bongo, a sort of savage who spent his childhood in the jungle and then was rescued, so to say, by a troupe of anthropologists and scientists and was moved to a big city. In this movie, I was saying, you can hear the song Giungla di città, which is the one that Bruce Wayne suggested. This song, Giungla di città, deals with the very same topic as the song that we are going to translate today, and it's the topic of the environment. Yes, in fact, Adriano Celentano has been a strong supporter of the environmentalistic causes since the mid-1960s. The first song that he sang dealing with environmental topics was exactly Il Ragazzo della Gluck. Now, both in Il Ragazzo della Gluck and in Giungla di città, there's a critique of the over-industrialization of our planets. The author talks about air pollution, urbanization, and how, in general, life in the modern era is becoming more and more devoid of meaning despite the technological advancement that our society has reached. The song was published in 1966 and it was shortlisted, so to say, to participate to the very famous Festival di Sanremo. It didn't have a great success at that specific festival, but it became a huge success right after it, becoming one of the most famous songs by Adriano Celentano and one of the most famous Italian songs around the world. Now, another famous song sung by Adriano Celentano is, of course, Azzurro, and you might be wondering why there isn't a version of Azzurro in this channel. Well, actually, I made a video for that song, but for copyright reason, I wasn't allowed to upload it to YouTube, but you can write me an email and I can send you a link for a private copy of this video. So you will learn a lot about that song, which is one of the 4 most loved songs by Italian. In this video, I am going to follow another suggestion by another one of our subscribers, one who has a less easy to pronounce name than Bruce Wayne, and it is F. Jurisdict Ombud. I'm sure I've got that pronunciation wrong, but he or she suggested that I make the translation first and sing the song after the translation. You can tell me in the comments below if you prefer this formula, introduction and translation first and the song after it, or if you prefer the old one. This song is an autobiographical song. It is a story. It is divided in chapters and it tells the story of a boy who grew up in the suburbs of a big city, but then he had to move to the center of the town. He didn't like the idea of moving in the town center, whereas his friends who remained in the suburbs told him, "Aren't you happy that you're moving downtown? You will find lots of comfort there." But he was sad because he liked this rustic life of the suburbs. If you want to see how the story ends, watch the whole translation. And on to our translation now. The title, Il ragazzo della via Gluck, means the boy from the via is way or street or road. Gluck is the name of the road. This is a street in the suburbs of Milan, which was dedicated to Cristoforo Gluck. It is in the borough, quartiere in Italian, borough or neighborhood called Greco. And this borough has seen a very significant urbanization in the years following the Second World War. So Il ragazzo della via Gluck means the boy or the kid of the way Gluck. So the kid from Gluck Street. First line, Questa è la storia. This is the story. Second line, di uno di noi, of one of us. Anche lui nato, also him born, so who had also been born, per caso in via Gluck, by chance, per caso, in via Gluck, in the Gluck Street. In una casa, fuori città, in a house. Fuori città literally means outside city, so on the outskirts of the city. Gente tranquilla che lavorava. Gente tranquilla means tranquil people, so ordinary folks, we could say. Che lavorava, who used to work, who worked. So in this street, via Gluck, there lived ordinary working folks. And then the song proceeds with the, we could call it the chorus. Là dove c'era l'erba ora c'è. There, là, dove c'era, where there used to be l'erba, the grass. Ora c'è, now there is, una città, a city. E quella casa in mezzo al verde ormai, dove sarà? And that house, quella casa, in mezzo al verde, in the midst of the green. So that house surrounded by lawns and trees. Ormai, by now. Where will it be? Where is it? Dove sarà is future tense. Where will it be? Second verse. Questo ragazzo della via Gluck, this kid of the Gluck Street, so this kid from Gluck Road, si divertiva a giocare con me. Had fun, used to have fun, divertirsi, a giocare con me, playing with me. Ma un giorno disse, vado in città. But one day he said, vado in città. I go to the city, so I'm going to the city. E lo diceva mentre piangeva. And he said it while he cried. Or diceva and piangeva, they are imperfecto tenses, which is a kind of past tense. So he was saying it while he was crying, or he said it while he was crying. Io gli domando, amico, non sei contento? I ask him, friend, my friend, aren't you happy? Vai finalmente a stare in città. You go finally to stay in the city. So eventually you're going to live in the city. And then là troverai le cose che non hai avuto qui. Là, with the stress on the letter A, means there. Troverai, you will find, le cose, the things, che non hai, that you haven't, avuto qui, had here. So there you will find the things that you've never had here. Potrai lavarti in casa senza andar giù nel cortile. Potrai, you will be able to, lavarti, wash yourself, in casa, in the home, so at home, without, senza andar, without going, giù nel cortile, down to the yard. Now remember that the period this song is referring to is the late 1950s, so we are after the Second World War, and it was a time where having a bathroom inside the house was still kind of a luxury, above all in the country or in the suburbs of a city. Next verse. Mio caro amico disse, qui sono nato. My dear friend, mio caro amico, he said, the guy from Gluck Street said, qui sono nato, here I was born. In questa strada ora lascio il mio cuore. In this street now, ora, lascio, I live il mio cuore, my heart. Ma come fai a non capire? But, ma, come fai? How do you do a non capire? To not understand. So, how can you not understand? È una fortuna per voi che restate. Fortuna in Italian means luck. So literally it is a luck for you who are staying or who stay a piedi nudi a giocare nei prati. A piedi nudi means barefoot, literally at feet naked, a giocare sui prati, playing in the lawns. Mentre io in centro respiro cemento, while I in the center of the town breathe, respiro, cemento is concrete. Ma verrà un giorno che ritornerò ancora qui. But, ma, verrà un giorno, there will come a day che ritornerò, that I will return. So there will come a day in which I will return ancora qui. Ancora in this case is once more, one more time, qui, here. E sentirò l'amico treno che fischia così, woo woo. And I will hear, sentirò l'amico treno, and I will hear the friend train, my friend the train. Who, che, fischia così, whistles like this way, così, woo woo. Next verse. Passano gli anni, ma 8 son lunghi. Passano gli anni, the years pass, ma 8 son lunghi, but 8 years are long. E quel ragazzo ne ha fatta di strada. And that boy, ne ha fatta di strada means has traveled a long way, literally has made a lot of street. Fare strada means to go ahead metaphorically in life, to achieve success. Ma non si scorda la sua prima casa, but he doesn't forget, scordarsi means to forget, la sua prima casa, his first house. Ora coi soldi lui può comprarla. Now, ora, coi soldi, with the money. Lui, he, può comprarla, can buy it. So now he's got money and he can buy his first house. Torna e non trova gli amici che aveva. He comes back, he returns, and he doesn't find, non trova, gli amici, the friends che aveva, that he used to have. Solo case su case, catrame e cemento. What he finds instead? Solo, just, case su case, houses on houses. So that neighborhood is packed with houses. Catrame, which is tar, e cemento, which is concrete. And then it proceeds with là dove c'era l'erba, ora c'è una città, e quella casa in mezzo al verde dove sarà, just like before. And then in the last few lines, I think that when he was recording the song, Adriano Celentano just improvised and he says, non so perché continuano a costruire le case. Non so is I don't know, perché, why they continue, they keep on a costruire, building le case, houses, e non lasciano l'erba, and they don't leave the grass. And then he proceeds, e no, se andiamo avanti così, if we go on like this, chissà, who knows, come si farà, how we will do it, like who knows how we will end up. This is the meaning of this last line. And this ends the translation. Now on to the song.
Right! Questa è la storia di uno di noi, anche lui nato per caso in via Gluck. in una casa fuori città, gente tranquilla che lavorava là dove c'era l'erba, ora c'è una città e quella casa in mezzo al verde ormai, dove sarà? Questo ragazzo della via Gluck si divertiva a giocare con me, ma un giorno disse vado in città e lo diceva mentre piangeva. Io gli domando amico non sei contento? Vai finalmente a stare in città, la troverai le cose che non hai avuto qui. Potrai lavarti in casa senza andare giù nel cortile. Mio caro amico disse qui sono nato, in questa strada ora lascio il mio cuore, ma come fai a non capire? È una fortuna per voi che restate a piedi nudi a giocare nei prati, mentre là in centro io respiro il cemento, ma verrà un giorno che ritornerò ancora qui e sentirò l'amico treno che fischia così. Passano gli anni, ma 8 sono lunghi, però quel ragazzo ne ha fatta di strada, ma non si scorda la sua prima casa. Ora coi soldi lui può comperarla, torna e non trova gli amici che aveva, solo case su case, catrame e cemento. Là dove c'era l'erba ora c'è una città e quella casa in mezzo al verde ormai, dove sarà? Non so perché continuano a costruire le case e non lasciano l'erba e no, sentiamo avanti così, chissà come si farà, chissà.
And that was Il Ragazzo della via Gluck. And now it's time for me to say the usual bye-byes. Ciao ciao. You know what to do if you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, pollice su, mi piace. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed yet. If you're feeling particularly generous, you can always buy me an espresso coffee and coffee. I'll leave the link below. Thanks a lot to all of you subscribers. Your suggestions are really helpful and I try to fulfill your requests whenever I can. Don't forget that you can write me an email and ask for a link for a private viewing of the song Azzurro. Thanks to Bruce Wayne and the other subscriber with the unpronounceable name, and I'll see you on the next of LIS Learn Italian Songs, Learn Italian with Songs. Ciao!